Welcome. Okay, so today is going to be high intensity interval training, but my theme is playing with speeds. So there's going to be options to turn speeds up and really challenge yourself, and then there'll be options to really slow it down and not have it be a speedy. So it's really up to you to choose how fast or slow you want something to be. So I'll give you a lot of autonomy today to do that. Hello, Mom.
Hello.
Welcome.
Back from a walk. Sorry, I'm a little late.
Yeah, how dare you? Just kidding.
Well,
all right.
You know, I'm in this run walk challenge, and it's just tough to fit everything in. Fitness classes, my walking, my running. I'm a very busy woman.
Although, Mom, we're all in the run walk challenge, so sounds like an excuse that you were late.
But actually, I go to a job every day, all day.
I do too.
You're what, 4 hours?
Okay, this is going on YouTube, so we're gonna just. All right, we're gonna start on our backs in our hip bridge. So finding our neutral spine, and feel free to play music as always. So finding your neutral spine, your feet are on the mat, really tipping that tailbone up and squeezing the glutes before you even lift. So we're actually gonna just start on one leg, so you can heel toe that left leg to the middle before you can lift up, and then lift that right leg up to a 90-degree angle, and you can put that right hand in your hip crease, and you're gonna press in to that left glute and lift it up. So now you're in a one leg glute bridge. So you're lifted up off the ground, really pressing in to that left foot. And we're actually going to straighten out that right leg and do some lifting and lowering here with the right leg. Toe can be flexed in towards you. Good. Keep doing a couple more of those. I'm just going to move this away from me so you can see me a little bit better. Good. So really squeezing that glute here. We'll do one more and then find that foot at the center, and we're going to go out to the side and back in. So we're abducting that leg, so out to the side and back in. That glute should be firing up. Good. 3, 2, 1. Bringing it back to 90 degrees. Last little squeeze here. And then we'll lower the lower back down. We'll switch to the other leg, so center that right leg. That left leg comes up to 90 degrees. You can put that left hand in your hip, and then we'll press into your foot up to 90 degrees here. So really squeezing that right glute. You may feel some extension in that hip flexor on your right leg, and then we'll straighten it out and come back into those lifts and lowers. Again, you're keeping that pelvis even the whole time here. It shouldn't be dipping even as you lower that leg. Ooh, my right glute is firing up. 3, 2, finding that center, will go abduction, so coming out to the side and back in. That core is engaged here, and that pelvis is staying even, so this can be a small movement. It doesn't have to be super big. 3, 2, 1, bringing that knee back into 90, holding for one last second, and then lower down. You can keep both feet on the ground here. We're going to go into a little bit of core just to warm up our deep core. So those hands come behind your head, elbows are pointed up towards the ceiling, taking a big inhale, exhale, and lift those shoulder blades up off the ground. We're going to extend that that left leg out and just do one lift and lower back to center and down. Inhale and lift. We're bringing that right leg out. We'll do one lift and lower back to the center and down. Inhale. We'll lift. We're going to add on one more this time. So we're doing 2 lift and lowers to the ground. So that lower back is pressed in and lift. That right leg comes out, we're doing 2. So we're warming up that hip flexor at the same time as we're warming up that core. We're gonna add on again. Inhale, exhale, and lift up off those shoulder blades. We'll do 3 this time. 3, 2, 1, back to center and down. Inhale, exhale, and lift. Bringing that leg up. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're changing it up. So inhale, exhale, and lift. This time we're doing 1 abduction on that left leg. So 1 abduction and down. Inhale and lift. You may see where I'm going with this. We're just doing 1 on that right leg, back in and lower. And again, take this at your own speed. Inhale and exhale and lift. 2 this time. So 2 abductions, keeping that pelvis even. Exhale and lift on that right leg. 2 abductions. All right, last time on each side. Inhale, exhale, and lift. We're doing 3 abductions on this left leg. And down, final time. Inhale, exhale, and lift up. 3, 2, 1, and down. Nice. All right, we're gonna flip on over here. Hopefully those hip flexors feel warmed up. We're gonna warm up the wrist a little bit. Ryan hates this. We did it yesterday, but it's a really good forearm and wrist warm up. So you're gonna find yourself in quadruped, and then those knees can be in a little further than normal, and then you're gonna hinge a little bit over your wrists, and then you should see on your hands where the end of your fingers are, so kind of like the finger roots. You're gonna keep that part on the ground by lifting the heel of your hand up. So it's gonna kind of look like this. So you see the heel of my hand is still staying here, and I'm just lifting up like the palm of my hand basically. And you'll see the more weight you kind of lean over it, the harder this is gonna be. And this is really good if you find yourself typing or texting, or your hand isn't in a neutral position. Pretty quickly, those forearms are gonna heat up, and play around with leaning a little bit more over those hands versus leaning a little bit more back. This should feel kind of spicy in those forearms and wrists. We'll do a couple more. So those finger roots are staying on the ground. It's really just those palms that are lifting up here. Whew, maybe try to lean a little bit more forward. 2 and 1. Do you feel that?
I can only do it in one of my hands. Like these fingers don't go back, but these ones do.
That's really interesting.
Like I can't bend these fingers. I don't know what's going on.
Is that on your right hand?
Yeah.
That makes sense. You probably have a lot more connective tissue that's tied up. I'd recommend doing it every day because it means you have a lot of tightness in your wrists and in your fingers. Yeah. All right. How did that feel for everyone else?
It's hard.
What? Aaron, you can.
I was just gonna say unexpectedly difficult.
Right? I know.
When you were leading us down there, I was like, oh, this shouldn't be too bad. And then it was. So Ryan, I'm with you.
It heats up. All right, we are going into a warm-up HIIT set. So just to kind of get the heart rate up a little bit. So I'm gonna move my computer up here. So our first exercise will be side lunges to a jumping jack. So you can find the center of your mat. You'll come to a side lunge on one side, come to the middle, and then you can add in a jumping jack. You'll side lunge to the other side, to the middle. Jumping jack, if you don't want a jumping jack, you can always do a step out and in. So you're alternating, jumping jack, alternating, jumping jack. And then exercise number 2 will be an inchworm into a plank jack or a plank step. So you're walking out into that plank. You can either do a jack or you can do a step and then walking back up. So we'll be alternating those 2 exercises just 2 times to warm up a little bit. Those 2 exercises pretty much get you warmed up in all your different body parts. So we'll start with our side lunges to our jumping jacks. And 3, 2, 1. So 45 seconds here. Take this at your own speed. Sitting those those hips back. Core is engaged. Really try not to let the ribs splay on that side lunge. Are you doing this at the same time?
Yeah.
Nice job, everyone. 15 seconds. So warming up those inner thighs, our adductors. Good. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds off. We'll go into those inchworms, into our plank step or plank jump. Starting in 3, 2, 1. So you're walking forward into that plank position, finding stability in that. Either plank jack, plank step, walking back up to standing. So engaging that core, your glutes here, all your different stability muscles. Maybe feeling a little bit of warmth building. Good, 15 seconds. Once you find that plank, making sure you're relaxing those shoulders down. Good, 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds off. We'll repeat each of those just one more time. And if the first time felt like you wanted to play with speed a little bit this time, you can speed up, you can slow down. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. So back into those side lunges to your jumping jacks. If anyone has any questions about anything, feel free to ask me during this. So really, I even sometimes put my hands in my hips. You can really press the hips back and make sure you're getting that hinge. Good, final 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, final 45 seconds. We'll do that inchworm into plank jack. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. So maybe you want to speed it up this time. Maybe you want to slow it down. Taking this at whatever feels good to you. Maybe you want to hold that plank for a second. Maybe you don't. Good, 15 seconds left. Good, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Feel free to grab some water. Hopefully you feel heart rate raised a little bit there, getting ready for our full work. All right, so when I say playing with speeds, what I mean is we'll have 3 options, well, 2 options to turn up the speed. So the first 30 seconds will be at a slower speed than maybe you usually do the exercise. Second 30 seconds, you can choose to either stay at that initial speed or turn it up a little bit. And then the third 30 seconds is if you really want to turn it up and try a faster speed, that's your chance. So this is really giving you the chance to speed things up if you want it, turn it down if you don't. So our first exercise is a squat with an abductor lift. So you can also do a jump squat if you want to add in that impact. So you can either do a jump squat or jump, and then finding that center, coming to your abductor lift, back in, and you'll alternate each time. So this next time we're coming on the other leg. My toe is flexed, and you notice that I'm not here. So really you can keep your hands on your pelvis and make sure they're even. You can also just do a squat instead. So you can see, you can make this so slow. Ooh. Or you can make this a pretty fast move. So you really choose what feels best to you here. All right, so 30 seconds of regardless, that's slowest. And then I'll give you those options to speed up. So squat or jump squat with our abductor lift in 3, 2, 1. So I'm choosing to take my abductor lift really slowly here. You can choose whatever version you want, or you can take that squat really slowly. Make sure you're alternating legs on that abductor lift. All right, next shot to turn it up a little bit in 3, 2, 1. If you want to speed it up, here's your chance. If you want, you'll have one more shot after this. So this should be about your mid-speed, a comfortable but doable speed. So you can find that jump squat or your squat. All right, final time to turn it up if you want in 3, 2, 1. Again, you can always just be at that first speed. Never feel like you have to get to that fastest speed. 15 seconds. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds off. Take a second, grab water if you need it. Think about what worked, what didn't work. Maybe you want to start off a little bit slower, maybe a little faster. Maybe you really liked one. This is your workout. You choose. Heart rate is up. 10 seconds. So let's start with that slowest speed again. In 3, 2, 1. So back to our slowest speed. And whatever that means for you here. Squeezing those glutes regardless of where you are. So make sure those hands are on your pelvis so you're not moving the hips around too much. All right, we're coming up to that first chance to turn it up in 3, 2, 1. So second 30 seconds, if you want to turn that speed up, feel free. Nice job, everyone. We're coming up on that next shot here in 3, 2, 1. Good. Last time doing this exercise. Ten seconds left. Flexing that toe, engaging that abductor. Should be warmed up by now. 3, 2, 1. Good, relax. Nice job, everyone. Take a second, grab some water. I'll demo the next exercise. We're gonna go into a lunge knee drive. So our first one will be in that crescent lunge, our normal lunge. And our first version is gonna be bringing that knee forward and in slowly. So stepping back into that lunge, driving that knee forward, up and in, and back. We'll be on one side for the whole first round. Option 2 is to speed up that process a little bit. So drive that knee a little bit faster. Option 3 is adding that hop at the top. So adding a dynamic piece. So those will be your 3 options to turn it up. And again, take it either at that first one the whole time, whatever feels best for you. We'll stay on one leg and then do the second leg the second time. All right, starting with that slowest speed here. In 3, 2, 1. So using some of that balance to drive that knee into flexion and then stepping it back as slow as you can into that lunge. Driving that knee forward or stepping it back. I'm again keeping my hands on my pelvis to make sure they're neutral, but whatever works best for you here. This should be pretty challenging balance-wise to really hold everything together. All right, 3, 2, 1. If you want to turn it up here, you can speed it up. Feel free to add that on. If you want to keep it slow like Ryan is. Your option. Ooh, my left glute. All right, if you want to add on that jump, you can in 3, 2, 1, or you don't have to. Option is yours. Oh, my left glute. Good, final 15 seconds. Again, you can always be back at that first speed. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds off, shake it out. We'll switch to that other leg. Oh, my glute was burning. I'm sorry you can't see my face. It's hard to see my whole body. All right, moving towards that other side here. So that right glute is really going to be doing a lot of the controlling. We'll start off slow here. In 3, 2, 1. So again, finding that balance, driving that knee forward, stepping back, and then lunging. So I think of this first round as kind of finding the fundamentals of this movement and then making sure you have those down before you move on to that next level. That right glute is fired up here. Core is engaged. All right, adding on in 3, 2, 1. So stay here, or you can add on a little bit of a speed driver. Again, trying to find some buoyancy here. You don't want to just be plopping your body all over. See if you can really use that core to like lift you out of that lunge. If you want to add on that jump, you can in 3, 2, 1. So adding a hop at the top if you would like, or you can just keep that knee drive like normal. Nice job, everyone. Final little push here, 15 seconds. Ooh, adding on the jump. All right, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Nice job. All right, how's everyone feeling? I'm a little out of breath. All right, moving on to our next one. We're gonna be on our hands. So you'll come down to your mat, and we'll be starting in down dog position. So those hands need to be really strong, shoulders pressed. We'll come into that down dog position, and you're gonna pick what foot you wanna start with here and lift up that other one. And using the control of your core, you're gonna jump a couple inches towards your hands and a couple inches back. Couple inches towards your hands, couple inches back. You can see how that would really add up over a minute and a half. So start off slow, see how that feels, and then make it a little bit faster if that feels okay to you. If it feels like you're losing all control by speeding up, just stay slow. And then we'll do the other side the second time. So find that stable down dog first. And it can be literally the smallest jump in the whole world. It can be you hardly even lift your feet off the ground, or you might surprise yourself how far you can go. All right, 3, 2, 1. So finding that down dog, let's lift up our left leg first, and then you'll jump a couple inches in, a couple inches back. Using that core to control you here. This should get challenging pretty fast. That glute should be really fired up. All right, if you want to speed up a little bit, you can here. 30 seconds in. I'm just speeding up a tiny bit. Woo! Does it not burn very little? Ah! So really using that hip hinge to help you here. We're coming up to that final 30 seconds. That knee can be as bent as you need it to. Woo! All right, final 30 seconds here. I know this is hard. Feel free to take as many breaks as you need and then just tap back into it. This is also an exercise that people can build up to. So try it for 30 seconds and then take as many breaks as you need. 10 seconds. Cool. 3, 2, 1. Whew. I'm pooped. All right, 30 seconds off. We'll go to that other side, and then you literally don't have to do this again. Ow. I have to say, though those hops are hard, they are so engaging for all parts of your body. Your core has to work, your shoulders, your glutes, your hamstrings. Yeah, ankle mobility. All right, coming to that other side in 3, 2, 1. So lifting that right leg up. Again, we're back to slow here. Finding control in that core. It really helps to have those hands really planted on the ground, maybe even pressing into your first finger and your thumb. All right, option to speed up a little bit if you want. You may also feel some hip flexor action here. I'm feeling a lot on this side. Yeah, I feel it in my quads too. Whew! I think this will be the hardest one. So once you made it through this, all right, getting ready for that final speed option. Ah! All right, final 30 seconds. If you want to speed it up a little bit here, feel free. Woo! This really gets the heart rate up. All right, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I wrecked myself. I can't go on. Okay. Woo! Mother of pearl. All right, good job, everyone. That was deceivingly difficult. In retrospect, when we do that in yoga, we only do it for about 20 seconds. So A+ to everyone for doing that for a minute and a half. Holy moly. All right, hopefully you feel very engaged after that. All right, we are moving on to skaters. So we get to stand back up here. So option 1 for skaters, I'll give you 2 options. So one is just doing alternating curtsy lunges. So I think we've done those a bunch at this point. Or you can just do more a step behind and tap. So a step behind and tap if that feels better, or you can do a full curtsy lunge. So again, taking kind of slow here for that first round, alternating other side. And then if you want to speed it up a little bit, it can look a little bit more like this. And then if you want to do one leg, there's a bunch of options for this one. Whew, out of breath. All right, so starting with that level 1, so either a curtsy lunge or more of just like a foot tap kind of situation. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. I don't know, just slow here. You can just do it that way. So we're doing it nice and slow here. You can even hold in that curtsy lunge for a second if that feels good. Feels good to not be jumping off of one foot right now. All right, adding on in 3, 2, 1. So you can stay here, or if you want to add a little hop in the middle, you can, or you can just stay with that first round. Yeah, that's what I said. So again, always picking whatever level works best for you. There's no right way or wrong way to do these intensity-wise. All right, final add-on in 3, 2, 1. So if you want to add on maybe one leg, or you could add on speed component. Whew. Whatever feels best for you, 15 seconds. We'll get to do this one more time. Whew. Good, 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds off. We'll go through that one more time. Huh. That was not the reaction she was supposed to have. All right, one more time through these skaters. Taking what felt good from the last round and putting it into this one. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. So maybe you want to start really slowly. Maybe you wanted to start faster this time.
My legs are coming down. I just want to say that.
I feel that.
My quads work.
Core is still engaged here. Nice, everyone looks good. I wish I could see more of your body, Mom. All right, feel free to add on a little bit of speed or intensity here, 30 seconds, and whew. Thanks, Mom, we just want to see more of you. Ah. All right, we're more than halfway here. Nice, Isabel is adding on that intensity. All right, final 30 seconds here. Whatever feels good for you. I'll join you, Isabel. I don't have a lot of space between my TV and the couch, but 15 seconds left. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right. Whew, you all are rocking it. We are close to done. We have one final speed one, and I'm gonna give everyone a vote because I was gonna do 2 more, but I feel like that will go too long. So would you rather do a side plank to push up or a hovering table to a plank? If you have an answer, let me know.
Either of those sound fine.
Okay, that's what Ryan said, 2 hovering tables, so we'll do that. All right, so for a hovering table, this is actually gonna be really hard, so you may regret choosing this, but so you're gonna be in your plank position, and then you're basically going, this is easier to show sideways, you're basically going to be moving your whole body back, so those knees are still hovering, and then bringing yourself back forward. So those knees are hovering, gonna be kind of like in a downward dog position and then back into that plank. Oh, it's gonna be rough. All right, so starting off super, super slow, and then we'll speed up a little bit. And actually, I think it'll be easy to speed up on this one. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. So finding that plank position, and then those knees bend, coming forward, and then coming back into that plank. Those knees are covering a couple inches off the ground. And if you always want a modification, you can always drop those knees instead of coming in to your hovering table. So those shoulders are working here to hinge you forward and back. All right, if you want to speed it up, we'll go in 3, 2, 1. So maybe you want to speed it up a tiny bit, really engage that core. Ooh, my quads!
Yeah, same.
Who knew I would like just holding plank? So again, every time you get to that plank, you're rolling those shoulder blades down. You're not protracting your shoulders too much. Ah! All right, final 30 seconds if you want to speed it up a little bit. Maybe you want to use those feet to kind of propel you forward. Oh! Oh my gosh, it hurts. 15 seconds. Oh!
This.
Like we're sprinters. 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, take 30 seconds. But you see how the myth of impact is everyone thinks that you have to do impact to get the heart rate up. But man, you don't need any impact.
Or extra weight.
Yeah, I mean, you basically just lifted your body back and forth for a minute and a half. All right, we are at that final minute and a half of this workout. So let's finish it. All right, 3, 2, 1. So finding that stable plank position and then back into that extended hovering table. Oh, if you go really slow here, those quads just light up.
You need to go in and make a recovery like that. Run tomorrow morning. I wasn't expecting this tonight.
All right, getting ready for that second round in 3, 2, 1. Maybe you want to speed it up. Oh, I can't even really speed it up very much. I'm literally shaking. So again, you can always find your knees if you would rather, instead of coming to that hovering table. Give my quads a quick break in a plank position. All right, final 30 seconds here, and then we are done with this workout. Ryan's making the weirdest sounds right now. All right, final 15.
This hurts.
3, 2, 1. Relax. Ah! Ow! I had to tell you, I didn't think it was going to be this hard when I think I killed Ryan. All right, everyone, take a second. Feel free to grab some water, and then we'll do about 5 minutes of stretching. Oh, mother of pearl. My quads. Oh my gosh. Man, oh man. All right, I'm gonna give a couple options for a quad stretch first. So 2 different options, and these will kind of depend on your body and your hip mobility. So option 1 is to come into a low lunge and then plant that left hand, and then you'll basically grab that back foot. So coming into a quad stretch here. If that feels inaccessible, you can come to a modified side plank and then kind of do the same stretch, but on your side instead. So this one feels better for me, so I'm gonna do this one, but feel free to find that low lunge and then grabbing onto your back foot. And if you need help figuring it out, I can help you. Really squeezing that glute forward here. You can see my hands on my foot. You can also, it's the same thing, to just use your strength to press back instead, and you'll also feel an opening in that quad.
Am I grabbing with the opposite foot if I'm doing it this way? I mean, the opposite hand?
Opposite hand, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And pulling kind of straight up on it?
Straight up, yeah.
Okay, got it.
All right, we'll switch to the other side unless you're feeling really good, and then you can stay on that side. All right, and our feet are touching. Oh, look at how romantic that is.
Oh my God.
Our toes are intertwined. Oh.
Okay. You're making them touch.
All right, find yourself in quadruped here. We're gonna do a couple cat-cows, but before you just immediately go to bend that spine, instead really pull your chest through your hands and keep the core engaged, and you'll feel some lengthening in your spine, and then you can press those hands and dome the upper back. And then again, kind of pull those hands back and pull that chest through. And then pressing up. Last one. Good, and then find a neutral spine here. We're gonna extend that left leg out behind us and then roll back and forth a couple times. So you're on your tippy toes and you might feel some stretch in your calf. And just feel again, kind of some buoyancy here. This is again working on a little bit of that ankle mobility. And then we're gonna cross, Ryan, you're gonna like this one. You're gonna cross that left leg over and then look towards that left leg. So you should feel a nice stretch in your glute. And if this feels okay, you can always add in those little bumps back and forth, but I feel like it feels good for me to just stay stable here. Feel some stretch in your glute. All right, we'll bring that leg back to center, and then we're gonna bring it to some hip circles here. So you can bring it up and around, and you really wanna keep that pelvis even. So we're not coming here. It might even be a small movement for you. It's okay if your pelvis moves a little bit, but you're really just trying to get some movement back into that hip flexor, especially after all the flexion of the hovering tables. All right, we'll switch to that other side. That right foot goes back and we'll find some buoyancy in those pops back and forth. Good, all right, that right leg crosses over and you'll look towards that right foot. So again, feeling a little bit of that stretch in your left glute. All right, coming back and then coming to those knee circles on that right side. If you don't have a lot of hip mobility, this might feel very intense. All right, final stretches. So you're gonna come into, one leg will be in front and one leg will be in back. So kind of like in a box, an open box on each side. And then you're gonna start to hinge your hips towards that front knee. This is not a good example because I'm gonna fall into the TV stand. But so bringing basically those hands on either side of the knee. So, and then you're gonna be taking an inhale and then exhale, kind of press yourself like you're in a wide push-up over that knee and then pressing back up. So you're getting kind of more of an active stretch in that glute, pressing back up. So you're exhaling on the way down, inhaling on the way up. Then really squeeze that back glute too, and you'll feel some extension in that hip flexor. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Last one. And we'll switch to the other side. I like to do more dynamic stretches. I know that everyone's a big static stretch person, but I'd always choose dynamic stretches. So those hands come on either side of that knee and you squeeze that back glute, and then we're kind of doing easy modified push-ups that will slowly lower us over that front knee and back up. Keeping that chest lifted, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Should feel some stretch either in your hip flexors or your glutes, depending where you're really tight. This is also a little bit of a twist for the spine. Good. 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, you can come to cross-legged. We'll do one final just thoracic mobility thing because I love it. So bringing those arms into, oh, I'm so sweaty, into goalpost, and we're just gonna, moving from the ribs, not from the elbows. So you can see it really changes when you use your elbows versus your ribs. Your mobility is a lot different. So really try to twist from your ribs here. And depending on how much thoracic mobility you have, this may feel really hard or really tight. You can always stay somewhere for a second if that feels really good. And you made it. Yay, give yourself a big pat on the back. That was a rough one, but I'm really proud of you all. I'm gonna stop recording.